Yo, good morning everyone. Right, today I'm going to show you how we go about setting up a rewire, what you need to do, what you need to know, what kit you're going to need, and we're going to get on with a bit of chasing. So if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Links are in the corner. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy it, and let's find out whether you do. So, rewires. Rewires are a nightmare for everyone. They're not my favourite job. I don't mind doing them. We've spent a lot of money on equipment to make sure that they are as easy for me and the customer as possible. So, the reason why this house needs a rewire. It's not a particularly old house. The problem is it's had so many adaptations and alterations to this property that are mental, okay? They are so badly done. I have got, I think I counted 35 sockets, I think originally, it's been a while, on one ring, and I've got another ring main that actually goes nowhere. It's buried somewhere within the fabric of the building. It doesn't do anything, so I've got one ring main for the entire house. It is a big house, okay? So it's just ridiculous. I've also got every single circuit, I've got all my IR faults on there, so they've absolutely failed on every single one. I've got spurs off spurs off spurs off spurs, so if you don't know what a spur off a spur is, so you've got a ring main, so you've got cables going back out all the way back to the board, and then you've got sockets as you go in, and then you're allowed off one of those rings, you're allowed one spur off that. But a spur off a spur is as exactly what it says on the tin. You've got that first spur, and then you've whacked another one on, and then so on and so on. That happens all over here. So we are back to rewire. So how do I go about rewiring this house? This is exactly what I'm going to go and show you of how I set up, because we're going to do this room sort of together, except for I'm not going to be running the cables today, because I'm going to do something slightly different to what I normally do in some ways, because of my health and stuff, what's been going on. So what I'm going to do is do all my chases in this house first, and then I'm going to grab all the lads over from Greenhawk to come over and help me actually run all the cables in, and then it's all going to be bonded and stuff afterwards. I'm going to come back in second fix. So that is what the plan is for me. So I'm on my own today. But I'm also going to be able to show you, because I'm on my own, there's not as much noise, I can control it myself. So I can actually show you some of the kit that we're going to use, and I've also got a new bit of kit that could potentially revolutionise the way that I do a rewire. Okay, first things first, you need to be covering everything up. You need to be covering all the possessions up. Carpets, get them covered, get all your furniture, stuff like that sorted. And the reason why, even if a customer says, I'm replacing these carpets, you don't know when that's going to happen, and also things change. So you don't want to then be responsible for the damage of any carpet and stuff like this. So that's one of the things that we do. We use a cheap as chips, plastic covering that you can get from multiple places. Sometimes we get our actual, like a DPM roll actually sometimes works better in some instances, and cover everything up. And then when you are doing things like this chase here, which I'm going to show you in a minute, we also chuck over a heavier dust sheet. If not, like I say, just use dust sheets. If you've got loads of them, happy days, just use those. Now, the dust sheets that I'm using for the floor have got a polythene liner on the back of them, because I find that stops the dust going through so much. But yeah, so that's what we do. So kit-wise, now this is the favourite bit for me, because I love my tools, everyone knows. You've seen this before. I've done another video on this Metabo chaser. So this thing is an absolute weapon. It really, really is. It's so cool. And it's got a triple blade on it. So it does, in one pass, it does the whole lot. The good thing about that is, I would be honest with you and say it's not 100% dust free, but it's as close as you're probably going to get with all the kit that's on the market at the minute. So if you are looking at investing in something like that, highly recommend that. It's not sponsored by them at all. It's just a genuine recommendation. And then after that, once we've done that, got the chases in, we, as we all know, love a bit of oval conduit or oval capping, trunking, whatever you want to call it. We whack that in, and we use the all-round band trick, but we'll show you that as we're doing it. So when you are using this, you must wear your PPE, okay? So I know we're all a bit macho in this world, but you must wear it, because I tell you now, there's little bits that can come off that will take your eye out. It really will. So I always use my glasses, which are actually here. Genuinely, I do use my glasses and a dust mask as well, because of what's going on with me. I don't want any more problems. But full disclaimer, I've used it before, dust mask, which is very naughty, I know. So what also kit am I going to be using? Obviously there's things like the SDSs and all that sort of stuff, but this new weapon might, it's in weapon. This new bit of kit might actually stop that, okay? So, here she is. Check that bad boy out. So this is the Spit Nailer 27E. So with that, hold on, stay, no. It shoots nails in, simple as that. So they do different sizes and all the rest of it. You don't need massive nails for it, believe it or not. But that bit there actually comes almost like the plug for it. So my idea, this is genuinely the first time I'm going to be using it on this Rewire. So I'm going to try and use it for nearly everything really. So fitting the back boxes, bosh, smash her in. All the all-round band, smash it in. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to get you set up on time lapse, and let's get one of these chases done, and we'll see how she rolls. Okay, so I'm going to show you something now. These are one of the blocks where I absolutely hate these blocks, because there's a reason behind that, because they're a problem. So these con blocks that are in here, okay, these are almost like they've got a massive cavity behind them. So it's almost at that level where it starts to blow up. And go back, so if you're chasing any more, it goes back. So which means I'm going to have to cut more with that than I am with that. So I'm going to have to do bigger chases all the way around, because you don't want to then be chasing it with this, because it actually, there's a bit missing here now where that is. So I'm going to try and show you up here. So yeah, so you'll see here. So I've got the chase here. So there's actually a cavity within that. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to shoot through here. They do different sizes, so this might be too long. No. So, see there, look. So it's fixed in. Nice and strong. So we'll get some more fixed in, and yeah, get these banding straps in. So that's the next thing for us. So we'll fix those in like that, and then crack on. Okay, so that's all the banding straps done now, so we just nail that on, again using the Spit Nailer. So nail that on, and then the gist of it is, if you've not seen that before, is that goes in there, and then you just fold those over. And then what I normally do when it comes to the top, because the chase will only go so far, is that then we use the SDS and drill all the way up behind the coving, hopefully not blow any of the coving out. You can't guarantee it, because sometimes it just doesn't happen. But yeah, so what I'm going to have to do on the next set over there, now I know that those blocks are the way they are, is going to have to alter the depth. So it will cut deeper, and I'll have to do a bigger chase around where the socket is. So it'll probably be twice the size of that, which is okay, because obviously we're going to be doing all the repairs here anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's better than having all of the back of those blocks blown out, because if that happens, yeah, you just have to put so much bonding and stuff like that in to try and build it back up, and I don't want to be doing that. So yeah, so we're going to crack on now. I'm going to get on with the rest of the room. I keep saying we, it's not, it's just me on my own. And I'm having a cup of tea made for me, so yeah, so I'm going to go and have that. Today's video is sponsored by Tradify. If you don't know what Tradify is, it's a job management software that we run our entire company through. We use it for all our invoicing, estimates, job management. So if we are doing multiple call outs or multiple EICRs, or if you're a plumber, you get multiple landlord certificates, all that sort of stuff, you can run it all through there. So one of the main benefits for me for Tradify is that it is sped up my processes of quoting, invoicing, all that sort of stuff, giving me so much time back in the evenings, because the old system we used to use was an absolute nightmare. So much into our time. So also, if you're like us and we have multiple users on there, you can add more and more people on it as and where you want to. You can also have your logins for your own staff, so they know exactly what job they're doing. It's all traceable. So yes, so if you like it and you want to do exactly like we did a 14-day free trial. The link's in the description below. If you like it, use the promo code GHAWK50 for 50% off for the first 3 months. Right, let's get back into this wonderful video. Right, so we have got the chases done in this room. So I'll show you what sort of mess it makes, okay? So this is why these things are really important, okay? So you can see I've not tidied up. So you can see where my mat was, okay? So you get these sorts of bits with these blocks, okay, coming off, okay? So I know it's localised mess, but one of those in the eye, it would take your eye out, okay? So the gist of it is because now I know what sort of blocks they are, I'm having to make it in 2 different passes. So I've set the depth on these for 35mm on the first pass, which then I'll do the knockouts in, which is like that. So 35mm there, do all those knockouts. That's why you've got a bit more on there on the grinding out sort of thing. Fine, not a problem. We're down to do all the bonding and stuff like that, so it really doesn't matter. And then I've reduced that down to 25mm, I think it is, for the chase. And then as usual, so you've got the drill all the way through, and then we'll pick that up underneath the floor. And then basically, rather than you moving it again, you jump over to this side, do your vertical chase first in your 25mm, and then drop it to 35mm down there for that one. So that is basically how I go about sorting all those chases and stuff out in here. So I've now got one to do in the dining room over there, so I just need to move a few bits and bobs about. Now, the spit nailer is wicked on the all-round band up there. Now, because of fixing the back boxes on, because of the type of blocks these are, it's a little bit hit and miss. So sometimes I have to fit in more fixings than what I would do normally as if I was drilling and plugging. That being said, is it faster? Yes, it is faster. If it was con blocks, so the 7 Newton con blocks, solids, that spit gun will be an absolute no-brainer. Just bang, 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 done. It really is rapid. But so far, like I say, on all these for the all-round band, it's been absolutely brilliant. So yes, so I'm going to get myself set up in there, get that one sorted. But obviously, what I'm trying to do is do the chases where I've not got sockets existing for obvious reasons. But then I'll get on with that in there. Okay, right. So I was going to show you the chases and stuff in here now. Hold on, I'll move the dog bed. Right, so in here, so chase is all done. Now, the reason why I've done it this way, because these are all the old stuff, still all powered up and stuff at the minute. So how it is that socket, then powers that switch spur, then that goes up to this light switch here that then controls a load of stuff outside. So that's why I've moved them over slightly and obviously put them all at regulation height for part M of the building regs, just in case you wanted to have a little read up and you didn't quite know which regulation that is. It's part M if you are looking for it. So like I say, we've drilled up. Now what I want to do is this is how I generally leave it, so it's all completely ready. So I've got all my banding straps all in, conduit's all cut, and I just literally wrap it in there just so it's just ready to go. So as soon as we're actually running cables, it's pulling them out and getting them out of the way. So that's one of the methods. So this room is all done. Now, some might, just to let you know, not some might say, just to let you know, we're not rewiring the lights downstairs because the downstairs lights, I've already repaired those. There was just a lost, if I remember right, it was a while ago, I think it was a lost CPC. So I've traced that, repaired it, tested it, absolutely perfect. So no point chucking money away for the sake of the same results. So that's why we're just doing the sockets downstairs, sockets upstairs, and upstairs lights because they are a mess. In fairness, there's a fault on there that I can't find where it is. So what we're doing now, we're now into the office space. Now I've got to move all this desk here. There's also a single socket down there. Then there's a fuse spur for outside. There's a double socket at the other side of that. So I've just got to double check whether they still want that. I can't remember. And then there's 2 doubles down here. So this is a bit of a pain. So I've got to try and move all this tackle. And then this is the other one. So I've got another socket here. Now, just want to go over about the spit gun with the solid brick. Okay, it is wicked. So like I say, with having a stronger surface underneath, so this is obviously the old garage, I think. So where you've got the brick, it absolutely fires straight in like an absolute dream. So like I say, you get different length nails for doing different fixtures. It also fires into steels as well, so which is wicked in itself. A bit dark in here now, isn't it? But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. So they go down to 15mm. There's also loads of other fixings and things like that. Little clips and bits and bobs that they do on there. But yeah, so far so good. So there will be a full video on that at some stage, showing you it fixing into different substrates and what clips and things like that that there are available for it. So, but yeah, so I'm about there now today for me. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and make sure you leave your comments if there's something that I've missed or you want to pass on your wisdom. Fill your boots. That's what the comments are for. I like it. Right, take care, look after yourselves. See you soon.